Good afternoon, everybody. I'm the Ranting Monkey, and I'm here to get myself in some trouble, saying things publicly that I can't take back. I haven't invited anybody to join me today because I like my friends. I don't want to get them in trouble too. The usual suspects know who they are. They can ask for an invite if they want to, but it's mostly just going to be a rant from me because I'm a little bit annoyed. Let's see, I'm in a lot of pain. I haven't slept, and people are irritating the shit out of me. So, like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to stream because that's what I do when those three things happen together. That's what I do anyway. I watched Shoe on Head's video yesterday. It's linked below if you guys haven't seen it. Make sure you do. It's not a bad video. It's not. I actually agree with most of what she says in there. It's a defense of centrists. And she's explaining if you're a centrist, you do run into the same fucking arguments she brings up and debunks very well. That, you know, how can you be half for abortion and half against it? That's not what it fucking means to be a centrist. I've railed about this many times. Bear, if you want to come on, let me know. I'll toss you a link, man. What a centrist means is that you don't agree with either side. It doesn't mean, or you don't agree with either side all the time. It doesn't mean that you're wishy-washy on the issues. That's fucking retarded. And she does a very good job of explaining that and pointing that out. However, there's one little tiny bit of the video that then kind of blew up over on the Twitter that I have to discuss because sweet tap dancing Christ. In the video, she stops to do a mini rant. To tell us that it's absolutely stupid when people say that they've changed sides because of how mean SJWs were to them online. Okay. All right. Sure. If you change your opinion just because somebody was mean to you, then yeah, you're probably an idiot. The thing is, anytime I've ever seen that argument, every time I have seen that argument, people are enjoying that I apparently misspelled something. All right. Not the first time, guys. Here, just for you guys, I will fix that. But I've never seen anybody who's even used that phrasing, right? That they changed their mind because of how SJWs acted online. Mean that's the only thing that led it. It's not like they went, there was a blue-haired SJW who yelled, and that made me change my mind on everything. No, that's not what's meant. That is a basic, almost retarded interpretation of that. What happens, you see, and I use Dennis Miller in a Twitter rant, or well, I didn't get to rant. There's not enough fucking room on Twitter to rant about this shit. But I use Dennis Miller as an example. Dennis Miller, he used to be asked quite often about how he went from being left wing to being right wing, and he told the story of Rudy Giuliani. After 9/11, Rudy Giuliani was America's mayor. That's what they called him. Everybody loved Giuliani. But then he went and ran for president. And holy shit, the kind of stuff that came out and the horrible things that people said about this man. And Dennis Miller's like, it made me stop and think. Really? That? And it made him start examining all kinds of things, all kinds of people he'd made fun of without really looking into it. And that's what this is usually about. This is what happens. Somebody will be firmly entrenched in their left-wing circles, and they'll just step out of line a little tiny bit, you know? And the left, man, don't do that. Do not do that. If you're a leftist, you better toe that line, because the moment you step out even a little tiny bit, they lose their fucking shit and you become Hitler. like literally Hitler. And I'm saying that because that's how they say it. You're like literally Hitler. So this, now you have this person who's ostracized. Like, Jesus Christ, I've been a part of this when we've done it to other people. Were those people really this bad? And so they start actually engaging with the other side. They actually start listening to what the other side has to say. It's like, wow, you know what? Not only do I not think you're an asshole, what you're saying there kind of makes sense. I've never actually examined it before because I've had my head so far up my ass just going along with groupthink that I never thought to question it. Now, the funny part to me is I've seen so many people, she's right, because if you change like that, then you had no values to begin with. What about the people who had no values to begin with because they never questioned their own fucking beliefs? Because if they did so, they'd be beaten down. Oh, no. That's quite all right. Those people, those are what we call principled people. But yeah, if you change your mind because you've actually been opened up to the realities of the fucking world around you, that's when there's suddenly a fucking problem. Terry, thank you so much. Do I have to be literally Hitler? That mustache style really doesn't suit me. Well, then you better be careful not to step out of line, Terry. I'm just throwing that out there. Thank you so much for the donation. It bothers me because Twitter doesn't allow me to have these kind of big ass rants, and you need them. The only other way to do it is to either do a 10 tweet thread that nobody's going to read through, or pop up a huge typed out screenshot that nobody really wants to read either. So yeah, let's come over here and just scream about it. Now, this blew up on Twitter because Zuby is a guy I first came to know because of the video he did of himself breaking the British women's deadlift record and identified as a woman while he did it, so it was okay. I mean, taking the piss out of them because of, I mean, the whole trans in sports debate has been going pretty big. Blair White actually, had a video about that today, and again, a good one. You should check it out if you haven't. But yeah. So Zuby had tweeted out. Well, I mean, I'm trying to find it exactly, but I was in a few argumenty things today. Go figure. Oh wait, there it is. So he had tweeted out, the quickest way to become right-wing is to interact with leftists on Twitter. I'm trying to remain centered. What's that word, centered? I'm trying to remain centered, but they keep pushing me. Far leftism is just resentment with a mask of compassion, no humor, no empathy, no tolerance. Secular religion of hate and false virtue. He's not wrong. To which she replied, someone called me an idiot on the internet, so now I don't believe in climate change. Yeah, that's what he said. Which, by the way, I asked, is that what he said? And she said, it's almost like I made a joke. Yeah, I know you're making a joke, but you were also being serious with what you were trying to say. You're trying to say that because somebody was mean to him, because you actually quote tweeted this too over on your own timeline, which I didn't address. I left that alone. Thank you, Nonvite Rex. This is about Shoes Centrist video. Must have been interesting. The video itself, as I said, it was mostly good. There's one little part I have an issue with. Anyway, so it's just a joke, bro. It's just a joke. Well, sure. It was a joke you were making based on your own ideology that he must be giving up all his leftist beliefs because somebody was mean to him. I mean, that's your actual fucking point. It's the actual fucking point you made in the video. But now it's like, oh, no, that's not what I was reading. I was just joking. And then she goes on to actually argue with him about it. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What was your problem with what I said? What was your problem with me questioning what you said? It was what you were trying to get at. Yeah, it was a joke. You were mocking him because you think that's what he was saying. This is a guy who, by the way, not too long ago, just to be an ass on the internet, broke the women's deadlift record. Just to be an ass, with his lefty views. Anyhow. Maybe it would help. Maybe it would help if one person could show me somebody who completely changed all of their views just because an SJW was mean to him. Maybe if I had that example, because everybody else I know this about, because somebody brought up Dave Rubin, some twat who actually called Zuby a token, who said Zuby wanted to be a token like Dave Rubin because that's where money or power or something is, and he'd probably end up on Rubin's show if he hadn't already been there. Rubin is the other one that gets brought up a lot, and if you listen to what he talks about, it's pretty much the same fucking conversation that Dennis Miller had. Chaos, I did see her go on to talk with him and not understand a goddamn thing he said or take back what she said. Now, maybe I missed her taking back what she said. Let me scroll through, see if I missed that hot take. Let's see. It went down this thread. Then that's where he came in. There's where she answered him back, and he answered her. And that's where it ended. Yeah, so nothing changed. If you want me, I can read the conversation. There's actually some, she said, it's almost like I made a joke. Bear jumped in saying that he saw what she was getting at, and that he didn't totally disagree with Zuby either. And Shu comes back with, I just think it's stupid. The left has been shitty to me for 5 years, and I still hold basically the same opinions as when I came into this, if not more left-wing than I originally was. Like, how are politics literally high school for some people? I don't get it. Make a video proclaiming your actual, never mind. Zuby goes on to say, you all seem to assume that I was ever remotely left-wing. Nope. To which she says, whatever you are, don't let dumb people online have so much control over your opinions. You're implying that it takes to switch right or left is whoever is nicer to you at the moment. And he goes, no, not really. You're assuming a lot here without much context besides a viral tweet. To which she says, I'm confused. What does they keep pushing me mean? And that's the end of the conversation. Deep conversation there. It's not even about the video. It's about a Twitter fight. It started in the video, Chaos. It started in the video. It was dumb when she said it in the video. Name me one goddamn person, one, which changed all of their beliefs because someone was mean to him from the left. I'm not going to hold my breath because I have enough medical issues as it is. But just one who completely changed everything they believe. Again, going back to Rubin gets a lot of shit for this, but if you actually look at what happened with Rubin, he said the same thing. I spoke out just about one little thing where I thought they were wrong, and suddenly they all turned on me. And so I started looking at everything. And he's like, wow, I actually agree with these people. I just wasn't even listening to them before. I was part of TYT, for fuck's sake. And look at now they treat him like he's a fucking Benedict Arnold, man. Like he committed high treason. MC, what? I don't know what that means. So yeah, I think it's a completely disingenuous argument. I think this is more of the everybody's just trying to own the left. I'm going to do this to own the left. It's part of this move we've had since the whole crowd thing. Let's not forget that's where this all broke up. Since the whole crowd thing, where oh man, we can't be with any of those. I can't stop making fun. I can't make fun of the SJWs anymore because that's not the cool thing to do anymore. I got to be like so much more different. I got to be the cool kid who's like just so much smarter than you. Nobody changes their whole goddamn outlook on life because one person was mean to them. That's not how it works. It's a gradual change. And the people who talk about this talk about the gradual change. So either you're not paying attention or you don't give a fuck. Those are the options. Anyhow. Waz is being talked about in there. I don't know. Look, there's even in that case, there's a lot more that goes on to it. Waz has even made a video where he talks about this. He says he's making 3 more parts. I don't know if he still is. It's been over a month since he made his last video. But I mean, a lot of the people who are on the left side of the anti-SJW thing, like Shu, she even says, look, I've always been left. And in her video, she said, that she used to call herself center left. And, I do call myself center right. And the reason I do that is because I am not right wing. There are things that I disagree with them on. And the other reason I do it is because right typically in America means Republican. Left typically means Democrat. And I am not either one of those things. I fall more libertarian, but I'm definitely not one of those in these crazy times either, where they're like, holy shit. I don't want to be associated with them because they're a bunch of fucking crazies. Stargazer says, remember to breathe. I'm trying. I am. It's just sometimes I see these fucking things and people get so caught up in the goddamn personality who said it instead of what was actually fucking said. It drives me insane. What she said was fucking stupid. I'm sorry. It's fucking stupid. He didn't say anything to the effect that he changed his mind just because somebody was mean to him. But there is the very distinct possibility that somebody treating you like shit will make you look at everything going on, especially like, how the fuck am I like this person? And if they're treating me like this over this one little thing, how dishonest are they treating the other people that I've been listening to them about? And I just had to get that off my chest because, like I said, there's not enough characters on Twitter for me to get that all out at once. Yeah, it's just plus I didn't want to get the fellas tonight in trouble with me screaming like a moron about Shu, because Shu's one of those people that if you criticize her, strap in, man. And I don't mind it, but I don't like to take others down with me. So guys, that's pretty much all I have to say on the subject of that. I don't want to end too quickly though, because it seems kind of sad. I have misgendered monkey. What? You misgendered me, sweetie. I'm a man. Blood says, do I feel better now? Do I feel better now? I feel, yeah, actually I kind of do. And sometimes I just got to get shit off my chest before it like blows up inside of me. Because I can only scream at my monitor so long before I realize people can't hear me through the monitor. Hi, Griffin. As to the rest of what Shu said in that video, I really do recommend it because it's something a lot of people need to hear. It's a lot of people need to hear that center has nothing to do with being left and right. But we do have a problem in this country right now with labels being misunderstood anyway. I mean, center, there's so many people who treat it like that means you're wishy-washy. And you know what? I will be honest. There are some people who say center and that's what they mean. I'm not going to point names or point fingers or name names. I think we can all think of a few examples of people who are just wishy-washy when they claim center. I have very strong opinions, and if you've missed that by now, you probably have a caregiver who feeds you. Because that's it doesn't mean that. But there's also a thing, I mean, you can be left without being far left, and you can be right without being far right. But we've gotten to this place where everybody just wants to pick teams. The thing that Shu said in there, like, why does it have to be like high school shit? I'll give you that. Part of it is. But it's not with choosing teams because somebody was mean to you. It's almost bashing the other side because they're on the wrong team. That's where I see the high school crap come in. I have friends who are left. You know why? Because I don't hate people just because they're left. I have friends who are a little bit righter than me, not too much more right than me, because once you start getting past Sinatra, it's just like, no, Sinatra's my line. Sinatra's my line. No, but you can't just close yourself off from everybody else like that. The other reason this annoyed me, and I alluded to it briefly, is that there's this new push between the former cool kids. I don't know if you know who the former cool kids are, but where we got to make fun of anybody who's right, man. Got to show how stupid they are by you only took your beliefs because somebody was mean to you. Doing this to own the liberals, it's silly shit. You want to talk about some high school nonsense? There you go. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Oh man, what's going on in the world today? I know we'll get to news later tonight because what is this? This is Friday, right? Yeah, we'll be over on Scribe's channel here at 9. We got some tariff news. Is there anything more boring than tariff news? Jesus Christ, I understand it's important. Trump's been fucking with the Chinese over tariffs, saying they're not keeping up their end of some bargain they made. I don't know enough about the bargain to know if they are or not. But now Beijing's like, well, if you put more tariffs on us, we'll put more tariffs on you. Yay! That's some fun thing. Now, the other one I did want to talk about. I meant to do this on Twitter, but it's another one I don't know how to do in 250 words. Did you guys see Ben Shapiro today? Ben Shapiro over on the BBC. What's the name of that fucking dude who was interviewing him? Hang on, I gotta find it. Andrew Neil. That's who it was. Ben Shapiro was being interviewed by Andrew Neil and stormed out in the middle. Well, he didn't storm out. He just cut the interview off because he's being too mean today. Let me get the link for those of you who want to see it. It was not a good look for Ben. Ben. If you guys know who Andrew Neil is, I only know Andrew Neil because I've caught a couple of interviews from him. He runs some. I don't know enough about. I don't watch the BBC that often. I don't. Bear, you watch the BBC. Who is this guy? I know he does some really hard interviews. I don't know enough about the people in Britain that he questions to know whether or not he's fair to them. But there was nothing unfair that he was asking of Ben. Ben has a book about political discourse in America and how it's getting crappy, and Andrew was just asking about some of the things he himself has said, asking Ben, like, what do you think of this? And there are ways Ben could have answered this. He could have been, because there's one part where Ben tells him, look, I have a list of stupid things I've said in the past that I apologize for. And he could have just said, look, you're right, man. I was part of the problem. That statement there, that was part of the problem. You're right. And I've already apologized for it. Whew, cool, move on. But instead, man, Jesus, Ben, he turns into like a little kid, like a little fucking kid. Like, this is not what I came here for. You're being mean to me. I'm going to turn into a liberal now. Sorry. Yeah, but he accuses Andrew Neil of being a liberal. And again, I don't watch a lot of British television, but from what I've seen, he's not exactly liberal. He's more, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not controversial. He likes to pick at people Neil would take the opposite point of view of whoever he's interviewing. Yeah, and that's what he says. That's what he says in this interview. And then the comment goes on to say, even if he agrees with him. He goes, yeah. He goes, look, if you're, I forget the exact thing he said. I think it was pro-life. He goes, if you're pro-life, then I will question you from the abortion side. If you're for abortion, I'll question you from the other. And from what I know of the man and what I've seen of him, that's absolutely true. But Ben, this was not a good look. He held up okay, and then he breaks down a little bit in the middle, and then it comes back a little bit, and then he just like, you know what? if this is how it's going to be, I'm just going to leave. This is disingenuous. No, look, some of the things you said, Ben, if you're writing a book about how the political discourse in America and how it's crappy, then yeah, you need to answer for things that you've done. Whether that means, look, I don't think those things are necessarily bad, or whether that means you're saying, yes, I apologize. Either way, those are fair things to bring up. There was nothing wrong with it. Did you hear about the man who lost in video games and hit his 30-year-old kid? Also died. Yeah, you did a video. I didn't. I did not. How you doing, Blood?
Good. I see the ranting monkey is living up to his name.
I'm in a fucking mood, man. I'm in a fucking mood. Fucking Twitter. I got to stay off Twitter, man. It's going to give me a fucking stroke.
I already beat you to it. I seen what was going on and got the heck off.
I can't help it, man. I have this bad problem of not being able to keep my fucking mouth shut, because I don't care what clique is popular, who's going to get me in trouble. What I believe is what I believe, and you want to argue it, let's argue it.
Yeah, exactly. And I posted in chat, I don't know if anybody's seen it. I've been right-wing my whole life, which is a considerable amount. Mm-hmm. And I don't give a crap about somebody being mean to me.
No, look, I'm with you on that. I don't. If you want to be mean to me, let's go. Fuck. Let's throw down. I promise you, I've been in darker places than you have.
I am not a commie, irate Baron. If I am, it's your fault, you freaking limey.
Anyway, so I was talking about Ben Shapiro. Did you see him? Did you see?
I did not.
Whoops. P-Dog, I sent you the wrong thing there, bud. Sorry. So he gets interviewed by this guy, and it's supposed to be basically a book tour. And I think the problem is that Ben was thinking it was going to be like American television, where he might get a uncomfortable question, but otherwise it was just there to promote his book and how nice it would be, you know. And that's not Andrew Neil. Andrew Neil, I watched another interview with him today because I was like, why do I know him? And I went through, I'm like, oh, it's this guy. He had an interview a debate where he hosted Alex Jones, and I forget the other guy's name. And there's points where he's actually yelling at Alex Jones, shut up. Just shut up. Let him talk.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, it didn't go well. But for the most part, he's adversarial. You come on and he challenges your beliefs. And I don't know if it's true that he does it to everybody. Again, I haven't seen that much, but in my experience, he does it to everybody. How you doing, P-Dog?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Hey, P-Dog.
Hello, Bloodwing.
So anyway, this causes Ben Shapiro to storm off. One of the things that Neil brings up and asks him about was how there's videos all over the internet of Ben Shapiro destroying people, right? And he goes, does that help the discourse? And Ben goes, did I post those? Am I the one who named those? That's a legitimate answer. But instead of being a snarky dick about it, he goes, look, the way you handle that, Ben, let me help you here. It's like, I'm not the one who named those. It's probably not the best look, but I mean, people are going to respond how they respond. You know, I have no control over that. No. Did I name those? Like, Jesus Christ, Ben, you're a grown-ass man. Did I do that? But then him storming off at the end, like, oh my, and Neil's, let me bring up the exact quote here, because remember, this is to promote a book about how horrible things have gotten in political society, how uncivil they've gotten. I know it's quoted in here. Oh yeah, he actually got into an argument with Andrew Neil over him not being known. Because I don't even know who you are. You only brought me on here to get like to make money for yourself or some shit like that.
Right.
And he's like, there's no money to be had at the BBC. He goes, besides, I'd never heard of you before. And he goes, why do you have me on here then? Well, your book was interesting. I wanted to talk to you about it. He just got so angry.
Yeah, his storm off wasn't a good look.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, here it is. This was the end. Andrew Neil signed off with this. Thank you for showing that anger is not a part of American political discourse. I was like, oh, burn.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. And of course the video online is Ben Shapiro gets destroyed by conservative BBC journalist Andrew Neil. Ben, look, see, I like Ben. I do, for the most part.
Yeah.
But sometimes, man, he can, and maybe it's because he also looks like he's 13. Sometimes it looks like he goes into a 13-year-old tantrum.
He does look pretty young. I'll give you that.
Like, just have a conversation. Look, you should be. I've seen Ben answer all of these kind of questions before, and all he had to do was answer. But instead, he got all snippety. Like, well, why are you asking me these things? Well, because that's what your book was about. I feel like that's fair to ask him. You know,
Right.
Do you think he'd made some jokes about Palestinians destroying stuff, blowing him up, and you know, Ben's he's an edgy boy.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff he says on Twitter over the years that, yeah, I mean, if you're going to be preaching to people about political discourse, maybe practice what you preach. That's not an unrealistic expectation. Am I wrong?
No.
Not at all. To his credit, I sent you the link to it. He did say that he got destroyed based on his own performance today, or yes, whatever that was.
Oh, well, good. It's great to let's see. Here's
Yeah, I sent it to you by DM.
Yep, I see it right here. AF Neil, that's Andrew Neil's Twitter, destroys Ben Shapiro. So that's what that feels like. Broke my own rule and wasn't properly prepared. I've addressed every single issue he raised before. See below still. Neil won. Shapiro's exactly. I just said it. He's actually addressed all of this shit before.
Yep.
There was no reason for him to freak out like this. And I know why he did it. He's used to dealing with American politicians or American media. And you guys over in England, if you guys think the BBC is biased, and I do, you have no idea.
Yeah, he obviously didn't know who he was talking to, and so he was assuming that this guy's just chirping at him instead of just asking him simple questions.
Indeed,
and that's the problem, you know, because he's so used to everyone he deals with on American television or American interviews is someone who's looking to take a notch out of him.
or looking to kiss his ass. It depends on which station.
Yeah, that's true. Both ways. And so he should have, you know, clearly he didn't research who he was going in to talk to and didn't, you know, figure out, okay, how does this guy do interviews? And he made an ass of himself, and now he's admitting it. And I think the funniest reply to that was Ben Shapiro accepting responsibility and being humble to own the libs.
Well, the other thing with Andrew is if you listen just his voice and the way he says his questions and stuff,
yeah,
they come off very adversarial. So I get him, you know, being a little bit, but why didn't you look up who this guy was? What you just went, oh, somebody from the BBC wants to interview me, I'll go do it. Look him up. Take 5 minutes out of your day, look up a couple of his fucking interviews and be like, oh, it's going to be this guy.
Right.
I broke my own rule, wasn't properly prepared. But I've addressed every single issue. Yes, exactly. Every one. You didn't need to be prepared. You had all that information in your fucking head. I made mistakes.
Not being prepared for a book he wrote.
Right. Oh my God. Ben, what are you doing? And yeah, he's gonna take an ass whipping on Twitter for a few days over this, and there'll be people who make it up or bring it up for the rest of his life because you earned this one, Ben. You did.
Yeah.
Maddie says he's making excuses. No, he's not.
Actually, he's not. He's
being.
He knows it.
Yeah, he's being unreasonably honest. Actually, if he had been prepared, I have no problem. If he had looked up who Neil was and seen his debates, or well, not even debates, but interview style before, Ben probably would have done great here. But Ben's problem is that he looked at it like an American interview. He looked at it like he was going on to MSNBC to be interviewed by Maddow or something. Because actually, you're just trying to make money for your network, and you're like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? This is the BBC. They're publicly funded, Ben.
Right.
Oh God. Oh Ben. Oh Ben. But yeah, he'll get it. He'll get ass whipped for that one for a while. I haven't looked to see if there's any new news on the pro Jared front.
You know, I'd never heard of him until yesterday.
Me either.
But I swear, I think I know the dude's life story now. just from Twitter.
I
I know who his wife is. I know who he's fucking. I know everything about him.
I only heard of him. Well, I think I'm like 48 hours on or something like that. 2 nights ago, when it first broke overnight, it was the first time I heard his name. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And then now I even know what his penis looks like.
Yeah.
I didn't. I stopped at the photographs. I just don't need to.
Not something you probably wanted to know, but yeah.
I'll give that another day.
Well, there's also I didn't mean to see the penis. I was looking at the Sailor Moon picture.
Oh, please, somebody clip that as a soundbite. I didn't mean to see the penis.
It's going to be my ringtone from now on. I didn't mean to see the penis. Bear, how you doing, my friend?
I came in just the right time. Penis. I agree.
Well, before we get to penis, now that we have a Brit here,
hi.
Hi,
Nazi
penis.
Penis. How do you feel about Andrew Neil?
The interviewer.
Yes. What's that? I'm sorry, you broke up a little for me.
The interviewer.
Yeah.
I don't really have an opinion.
Do you watch him very often?
No.
Okay. Tyrai, thank you. Tyrai, the Ranting Monkey is brought to you by your local viewers. Thank you so much, Ty. Well, the reason I ask is because Ben Shapiro got his ass kicked by him today. So.
Oh, I heard about that on Twitter.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's sad.
Andrew Neil's quite good. I quite like him. He holds most people's feet to the fire. If you, after you've done streaming and everyone watching it, after you've done watching the stream, I recommend you go watch Andrew Neil versus Owen Jones. And he shuts him the fuck down like he's his dad.
I saw one with Owen Jones. It wasn't a very long clip that I got to see. But what you just said is my experience watching him. I don't have a lot of experience watching, but yeah, he treats everybody the same. He will come after you with what he's saying.
Yeah, he does that with pretty much everybody. It doesn't matter where you sit on the spectrum. He will hold your feet to the fire.
Yeah, I think the first one I watched him do, he was actually I think was it Trans Sports? It was something that I expected a BBC interviewer to be like totally on. It was some very leftist thing, and we all think of, over here, at least most people I know think of the BBC as like horribly left wing, and he lit that dude the fuck up. It's like, damn.
Yeah, he does. Although with Owen Jones, to be fair, that was personal between those two.
Yeah, I've heard that that there's something going on with the Spectator. I don't know. Yeah. I didn't get enough of it. But so what do you think of Pro Jared's penis?
It's just funny as fuck. Before I even fully knew everything about him and the drama, I saw the guy's penis.
Oh God, yeah,
yeah. I waited for that. I'm still waiting. I'm not even sure if I'm going to go there.
I can send it to you, dude.
I
kept sending it to Peter Ullman over and over again.
Hook a brother up. Holy shit. This motherfucker has lost 3 times as many viewers as I've ever had.
He's lost over
isn't that
100,000
amazing?
subscribers, hasn't he?
Right now, he is down 137,000 subscribers in 2 days.
Oh,
Ouch.
that's painful. That is painful.
Threw away his marriage for an ugly woman, threw away his career. If the rumors are true, he may end up throwing away his freedom.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh.
He's under 100,000. No, he's lost 130,000. He was over 1 million. He was at 1,030,000 when this blew up, and then everything just started going bzzz, rewind. He should be YouTube Rewind this year.
PZ, no, you're not the only person. I haven't seen it either, and I have no inclination to do so.
Hey Bear, send him to Bloodwing too.
I will. I'll take a screenshot and
Freaking British Nazi.
Monkey, can we talk about what happened today with Shu?
Sure, if you want to bring it back to that.
Because I don't know how you felt about the things that I said in the Twitter thread.
I had no problem with what you said. I have a problem with the way that was framed. I have a problem with what she was saying. And specific, I had a problem with it when I saw it in her video, and then I come over to Twitter and see first she had actually retweeted what Zuby said there. She retweeted it, and then she went in and responded to him, and that's when I was like, all right, fuck this, I gotta say something. There's nothing to suggest that he was doing. She's being so flippant about it, like somebody was mean to me, and therefore I renounce abortion. No, that's not what happens. We all know that's not what happens. It's nonsense. You can't give me maybe you can give me a single person who has completely changed everything just because somebody was mean to them.
Oh, I can't give you an example of that. I was listening earlier and I was like, no, I can't think of anybody.
No, because every time we've heard that happen, it's somebody who they started getting the meanness onto them, and it made them start examining things. That's what they even tell us that in their fucking videos. Do you know how many I used to be a leftist videos there are out there? They were huge videos for a long time. You'd get any woman who said, I used to be a feminist, this is my story, bam, 100,000 views, period.
Well, 100,000 if they're hot.
Well, no, I saw some ugly chicks pull it off too.
This is the internet. They don't have to be hot.
Well, beauty is subjective and all that jazz.
Obviously, Candace Owens made an entire industry of that.
Well, I feel like
I
feel like Shu had a crack at Zuby without knowing who Zuby was.
Can I ask you which thread this is? I saw her video today, but I haven't seen the thread.
I'll shoot it to you, man.
All right,
I'll send it to you over on Twitter. But it is the one I read at the top of the show, guys. If you're wondering, I've pretty much read her whole part in this. So, but yeah, I'll shoot you the whole thing, P-Dot.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I just have a problem with the flippant way she said it and the way she's making it sound like that's what's actually happening. That's not what's happening. There are people on the left who are pushing people to the right.
Absolutely.
And whether it's actually them ever changing their opinions or at least going, you know what? I'm not right yet, but I'm still not hanging out with those shitbags. That's what's happening. You have these people who have this dogma, this fucking almost religious dogma. And Zuby even calls it a secular religion in there in his tweet. And he's absolutely fucking right.
I get and I understand where a lot of these left-leaning guys are coming from, because that's often how it's presented, especially on Twitter, 240 characters and all that jazz. I think she went after Zuby without knowing who he was and really not knowing how he got to where he was and his opinions and such. I think she made an assumption based on maybe a couple of tweets here and there.
Well, she did it because she even said in the one where she quote tweeted him, I just made a video of this. And then in all caps, just goes shoe on what she had said in the video. It's the part of the video that she clipped and was sharing around Twitter about how, nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. So what that does is it delegitimizes anybody who's said that. So again, the first person I ever saw this happen with was Dennis Miller, and this is before SJW was even a fucking term. And this is what led him to move right, is because he saw how Rudy Giuliani got vilified. He's like, this is Rudy Giuliani. And so he said he started looking at other things, the other people that the left were vilifying, and realizing, actually, I kind of agree with these people. And they're not the horrible people you told me they were. Well, what we're basically talking about is actually breaking out of that fucking retarded nonsense where you're just agreeing to get along with the cool kids.
Yeah. How many times have we seen people who were left-leaning individuals who found themselves unable to, kind of argue against the rest of their crew, if you like, and found themselves going, all right, then, well, fuck you. If you're going to do this purity test bullshit on me, I'm going to go talk to other people. And, if you find yourself disagreeing or agreeing, you can't really complain that they moved to the right there. And I'm just going to mute myself. I've got a phone call coming.
Cool. If you look at their most hated person in this kind of, I won't call it a genre, in this kind of instance, Dave Rubin, man.
Oh,
Dave Rubin over on the Twitter by the former Cool Kids. They fucking hate him. How dare you have changed what you believed? Well, Dave hasn't changed everything he believes. Dave just realized that I disagreed with them on one thing, and they started treating me like shit, and I started looking around. That's his. Go ahead.
But he's pandering to the right.
Oh my God, that goddamn. Okay, I gotta find this one. Remember, least professional monkey on the internet. You got to wait for me here.
That's all right.
Somebody, okay, because I read the tweet from Shu earlier that said, I'm confused. What does they keep pushing me mean then? And this is one of her fans tweeted this out. He's a normie who saw the way the right eats up their, quote, I used to be left-wing tokens and wants a piece of it. He'll be on Rubin Report soon enough if he wasn't already.
That I saw that one today, and I just wanted to go, do you even know who this dude is?
I was like,
he's never. Oh my God.
But hey, man, they fucking hate Rubin. They hate him because he talks to Peterson and Harris and Rogan and who else is part of the intellectual dark web?
Weinstein,
the Weinstein, yeah.
Like they accuse Weinstein of being, left or right wing Nazi.
It's a largely left wing group, actually.
Yeah, the only one that even, obviously they kind of put
Shapiro's in
there. Peterson's pretty much. If you really think about it, Peterson's center left. If not center right,
on a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Politically he is. It's if you're not the purist,
if you're not with us, you're against us.
Yeah, it's insane.
It is.
When is Shu even though Shu did all that anti-feminist stuff, when has she ever been actually right wing?
Never.
She even says that in her video, which, by the way, it's another thing that she says in her video, which is good for her. That that she says she used to call herself center left, and that was wrong. She's always been left. Good for her. Good for you to acknowledge that and notice that. And she says that in her tweet to Zuby that if anything, she's become more left over the years. Good for you.
Yeah.
But just because that's your journey doesn't mean it's everyone else's, and that anybody who has a different experience is faking it to be the cool kid.
I guess I've been faking it for over 50 years.
No, that's the part that bothers. Look, people change. And the weird thing is in her video, she goes, people can change their mind. Like, apparently only when you say it's okay.
I'm back, by the way.
Real quick, Bear and P-Dog, I'm being told that you have Streamlabs, and thank you, Tarai. Woot, the oldest cool guy on the YouTube. Well, I'm glad you think so.
Oh, yeah, I do have Streamlabs.
Tyra is nice about supporting everybody on the panel. Thank you so much. And yeah, guys, support the panel. They're awesome.
I got it here. Let me
thank you to Tyrai for the $5 donation, who says, to the information you bring us daily from across the pond, I sent to Streamlabs to the old man and Wise Dog. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Love you, dog.
And Tyrai, thank you for the $5. You are the greatest. Woot! I get to listen to P-Dog live. And I'm so happy that I get to have you listening to me live, Tyrai. You're the greatest. Thank you.
I think back to what we were talking. I think Pat might have at least a little bit of a point here, is because Shu did it just to be one of the cool kids.
Now, I wasn't going to touch on that. I'm not going to assume.
I'll say it for you. You know me. I'm not scared.
It's not that I'm scared. I can't sincerely sit here and say, look, you can't assume their motives and then assume hers.
We all know that some of the people that were big in our genre 2 years ago did it because it was the thing to do back then.
And you know what? And for a lot of people, I would give you that. You're gonna make me defend Shu. God damn it.
No, I'm not.
Shu's content though, she has never moved away from the stuff she's been saying.
No, I'll give you that.
So look, there's a lot of them who have just abandoned ship. And while she's still, she tells you she's a lefty. She still making the anti-SJW stuff, laughing at you.
Wasley. What did you say?
Shu has been consistent, at least. I can't take that away from her.
No, she is. She will still put her own little. In fact, she puts her little. What's that? Pay gap button. She still uses that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I even knew who she was because she was always talking about feminism. Constantly, every video was about feminism and why it was things in feminism were stupid. Now she doesn't talk about those things anymore. But I don't think her opinion has necessarily changed. And even in this video, she says her opinion on that hasn't changed. But that was the cool kid thing to do at the time.
It was, but again, I won't assign her motives to that when she's the one who's been consistent.
Well, no, and she's been on for so long. I don't think that necessarily was motivation. Where there are a lot of people who I think it was, but wait,
hang on. Shu's in chat, sweetie. I'm sticking up for you on this one. I'm sticking up with you.
And we all agree that you were doing this
before the cool kids.
Before the cool kids. We're not
actually
disagreeing.
You know how I found Shu? Bearing had done a video and Undoomed had done a video, and it was on the same topic. And then Shu on Head, her video was linked over to the side and was on a very similar topic. And she made a joke in there that was very similar to one both Bearing and Undoomed made. And people had gone over to her video going, why are you stealing their jokes? But her video had actually been posted like a full year before either of theirs.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And that's how I found her. And look, I disagree with her on this. I'm not going to say that she's... Now, if you want to talk about people who've changed because I think it's not the cool thing to do, half the fucking genres just disappeared.
Yeah.
Whether they've moved on to other things or just left the internet entirely. So you want to talk about them? Sure. But yeah, I will give, she's been consistent.
I don't think she's changed. I just,
she has.
The difference, the difference is it's not the main topic anymore.
She has changed in that she even did the video where about trans stuff.
Okay.
When she said she's actually moved more left, she's not lying there. She has. noticeably so, especially on if you follow her on Twitter, you know she's moved left. Let's see. It's always so weird when I see my name in a subscription box. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get mad online. Didn't expect this. Oh,
I can imagine.
I talk about all kinds of things. You're welcome to come on if you want to. It is weird. You guys ever been talked about online when you're not there?
Yeah.
Nobody knows who the hell I am, so that's okay.
It's a weird feeling. The first time somebody made a response video to me, I was like, I don't know if I can watch this.
I did ask Shu a question on Twitter. She didn't reply to me because obviously she was busy arguing with Zuby and a few other people. I think I asked Shu whether she knew who like Zuby was and his politics was. I can't remember the exact thing I said.
Oh,
that was the assumption I made anyway.
By the way, guys, Zuby also.
I spoke to Zuby not long afterwards. He followed me back and he said that he's always held these kind of like conservative opinions and stuff. And I was like, oh, so maybe Shu made a assumption, you know?
I think Zuby, by the way, puts out good music too, like some old school type rap. If you guys haven't listened to him, dude does good music. Does really good music. I have no affiliations, much like when I pimp out Steam. I just pimp out things I like. I got to start getting people to pay me for pimping them out. I need more viewers so people will pay me to pimp them out.
Hear, hear.
Because nobody cares. Nobody cares about my opinion except me. She says she likes all of us. She's not mad. Hey, look, it's okay to get mad at things we say.
I'm amazed that she likes me because I'm amazed that she even knows who I am.
I'm amazed I like you.
Well, I am too.
Oh, man. Yeah. But here's the thing, guys. Twitter just does not allow for some of the responses that need to be said.
Twitter is not a good platform for holding a debate.
It's really not. Circus Zero, thank you, who says one, and he told everybody, check your Streamlabs. Weebo says, what, Monkey, what have you done? Look, the only thing I did was disagree with Shu, and Shu has always been cool when me and her have disagreed. She's never gone, go fuck with Monkey. But just because of who she is, you end up with a lot of people who are like, fuck you. And I watch his stream like every day. It's usually the only one. Oh, sweet fuck. You listen to Monkey in the morning?
Oh, Lord.
Monkey. Oh, hey, then she knows all about boobs.
That is your female demographic right there, Monkey.
She's my one female viewer. Oh, my God.
Hey, let me shout to Circus Zero. Thank you for the $5 Streamlabs. It just says 4.
Yeah, thank you, Circus. Mine says 2.
Oh, okay.
And Bear, you should look at yours.
Bear,
I was 1.
3.
Oh, Circus Zero throws $5 to say 3.
There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sorry, I was just reading some of the chat there.
Yeah, check your logic. I have no idea how she would know who I am, but word gets around, I guess.
It's a small world, man.
Yeah.
Now,
again, like I think that when people say that I'm being pushed this way, I don't think it's like I don't think it happens just like that. I think it's hyperbole. I think it's exaggeration.
Yes. And that
from
was
a lot of people.
That was my problem with how she said it, especially. And Shu, I know you were joking with the way you said that, but you were still making that point that that's what it's happening.
And I've heard that point so many times from multiple people. That's the other thing.
And you're right, Bear. It's not an instant thing. Yes, they were mean to me, and so I started doing this, or I started doing that, or even I didn't associate with them, and I started associating with other people. It's not just they were mean to me. Fuck global warming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was my issue, and I can't keep my mouth shut. This is why I was spanked every day till I was 13, man.
Yeah, well, that's why we love you, Monkey.
You're Trump of YouTube at this point. Someone needs to take away that bloody Twitter account.
Sometimes.
Man, you and Sophane, man, it's like watching the Grandpa Simpson yelling at the moon sometimes.
That's why me and Sofang get along, man. we are two peas in the wrong pod. Maybe it's not the case with that guy, but there are definitely people who say they're right or left literally because SJWs are annoying, or right-wing people are more annoying than that, and that's lame. That's what they say, but is that if is that actually what happened? I mean, I don't associate with Republicans because they're fucking morons, but I am mostly conservative.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Like I said when I jumped on, I'm definitely conservative. Have been for
Communist.
I'm 50. No, I'm not.
The
I'm
political
59.
spectrum has told us, mate. I'm sorry.
That thing's full of crap. I'm 59 years old, so I've been conservative a long time, you know, but I am not Republican.
and I'm really skeptical of the, you know, the pop conservatives, or I call them the talking point conservatives. You know, the TPUSA talking point. You know, they're full of talking points, but you just never know if they really know what the hell they're talking about. Like, and
Candace Owens.
I come back to Candace Owens a lot because Candace Owens says a lot of the right things at times, but
look,
you can tell she doesn't always know what the fuck she's talking about, and that drives me nuts.
Yeah, accidentally talking about how good Hitler was. And I know that's not what she meant to say, y'all.
Yeah.
But that's what she said.
She stepped on her ass there.
If he'd only gassed the Jews in Germany, it wouldn't have been a problem.
Check your logic.
No, I get that. But I don't think I put her, Candace Owens, in the same realm that I put Anita Sarkeesian. These are two women who are marketers. They're good at marketing and marketing themselves specifically. And Candace Owens, if you go back to when she really got big with conservatives, it was when she made her coming out to my parents as conservative video.
Right.
And she just blew the fuck up. And from there, I mean, she's gone from that to meeting the president, for fuck's sake. I don't know if that woman believes anything she says.
You know, it was fascinating when she was in the congressional hearing too. If she was coming out to her parents, you know, back when she made that video, was her grandfather in the audience because he never agreed with that or not? I wonder about that too. Or was that, you know, that was already a part of some of the things that she was learning as a kid, you know? I don't know.
Yeah. There's definitely people I think have done it for personal advancement or for monetary reasons. And that's a whole different story than just somebody who, you know, somebody like just your average Twitter user who's like, you know, somebody was mean to me, so I stopped being conservative or I stopped being liberal. I just don't think it happens that way for people. And I just think you're being hyperbolic there, Shu. A little bit.
And her comment here, the right loves a good redemption story about someone going left to right. They celebrate it, and the left gatekeeps the hell out of people who used to be right wing. It's amazing. Yeah, the left, because the left doesn't.
Fane.
The left never forgives you. The left never forgives you. And Fane was never right either. That's the thing. But he hung out with the skeptic community.
Oh, don't say that.
He's in a picture. I know.
No,
you know, he's in a picture with Andy Worski on one of those flags, so he's fucked for life.
Now, Shu, I will send you the link if you want to, but if you would, do you think there's a problem with how the right celebrates people who come over? The left gatekeeping, that's asinine. That the left, this is the parties have changed so much. Do you remember when the left was the big tent? They were the ones who included everybody, and now it's like there is the ideological purity test, and that test is getting shorter and shorter and shorter.
And it's also
she says no. She thinks it's good for them.
Oh, good for that. Yeah, I was just curious because I think it can lead to things like Candace Owens, because again, I don't know if that bitch believes a word she says.
I'm extremely quote unquote skeptical of her. Ever since I found out who that bitch was and her fucking doxing website, I was like, huh?
Yeah. Johnny Hellcat. Really? Thank you. Candace Owens, Hannah Gatsby of Conservatives. Ouch.
Ooh.
Ouch.
I mean, Hannah, look,
Hannah just hates men.
I've been black and on the right for a long time, but I don't think I've ever used those two words together to describe myself.
You're a black conservative.
Right. I've never have.
Tell everyone.
Shut up.
You know how big your channel could be, dude?
Dude, that's not how I want to grow.
That's the thing, isn't it?
It's funny. The funniest thing too is a lot of times on Twitter, because my picture is fairly ambiguous, you can't really tell, and so a lot of times I'll get called a white supremacist on Twitter, and I'll have to. And I say, you know what? You might want to look at my picture a little closer.
They changed your new name to Black Coon Con,
right? Or conservative or something shit.
Damn.
You know.
All right.
I'd blow up in a heartbeat. I could make up a redemption story. But the problem is my redemption story happened when I was 18 years old. And I'm well beyond 18, if you know what I mean.
Just a little bit.
She says people should be allowed to change. I just think the reasons for it sometimes are extremely vapid. And what I would say to that is, if that's the only reason they changed, I would agree with you. Yeah. But every time I've ever heard this, that is just what kickstarts it. And they may explain it that way. But if you listen to the whole story, they had this one experience and it made them start questioning everything. And I think that's a valid thing. I think that's valid.
You know who like Candace, who's the ramen-haired, noodle-haired chick?
You have to be more specific.
The ramen noodle-haired chick that with the gun from Kent State.
What's her name? Fuck. Yeah. God damn it.
Ramen noodle.
Yeah, the one with the
curly hair. She had the picture of herself with the AR-15 walking around Kent State when she was graduating, and now she's on InfoWars.
Shu says Caitlin Bennett. Yeah,
Caitlin Bennett. You know who they are? They are the new bedroom feminists.
You're not wrong.
They are the mirror image of the bedroom feminists. That's why they drive me nuts.
Creepy when she shot up the sign that said "Happy Holidays." I'm like, the fuck what does that mean? I don't understand the symbolism here. They're
young people who just discovered this new thing that they're just so excited about, and they just got to learn all the talking points and say all the right things. And they're the mirror image of the bedroom feminists, and so now they get made fun of.
It's just that you're getting older and you don't understand memes. Embrace it. Just let it happen.
Bitch, please.
Chaos says right-wing SJW. I saw there have been right-wing SJWs around for years. What's his name? Hi, I Think I'm Real used to do a series on him.
Yeah.
Absolutely there. And P-Dog, you're not wrong. I don't know about, I still think Candace, I think that's monetarily driven.
Oh,
but with Caitlin,
there's no doubt in my mind.
Well, it is for Caitlin Bennett too. She's now doing InfoWars shit.
Yeah, but I think
Sean, you're just trying to get your ass kicked.
I think she's more of your typical bedroom. We'll call them a bedroom conservative.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So they give you the definition,
I don't think that girl could actually articulate what she believes. I think if she did a video, just her talking in bedroom style about why she believed in conservatism, I would make a video making fun of her for it.
Yeah.
Because it would be retarded.
Because it would look just like a bedroom feminist video with some definition. Feminism, whatever. The same definition they all used from the dictionary.
But with that, guys, I do need to wrap this up because I know, Barry, you got a show soon.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
So let's wrap this up. I just wanted to get some shit off my chest, and I feel like it is. And that way I have a shorter segment to talk about tonight instead of trying to ruin the whole show.
There you go.
But chat guys, thank you so much for coming along. Shu, thanks for being a good sport, sweetie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry I called you sweetie. It's not, I don't mean that as condescending. It's just what it's my,
so him.
I'll call you
It's
sweetie
my
because
way.
I'm old enough to call you that. So just get
yeah,
over
we're
it.
all old. We're allowed to say it. It's not. But chat, thank you guys for the donations. Thanks for hanging out on this impromptu. Monkey's got to stick up his ass and has to remove it stream. P-Dog, anything you want to chill out there real quick?
Oh, why not? I do a daily show called The Morning Night Live with P-Dog Night, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and 2 p.m. GMT for those people in other parts of the world who know what GMT means.
Bloodwing, anything you want to show?
Sure. Redneck Radio 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 2:30 EST. Usually me and Bear, and sometimes Monkey when he's awake.
When I'm awake. I missed it yesterday.
Yeah, check it out.
Bear, you want to tell them about the show you're going to be on in a moment?
Yeah, in 40 minutes time, we will be live on the Sinatra Streams channel for the Ghost Blue podcast with myself, Sinatra Says, and Drunken Uncle for an hour and a half show. Should be a lot of fun. And also, while you're waiting for that, guys, I did drop a video on my second channel, Irate Alex, today regarding YouTubers and mental health. It is linked in the chat if you're interested.
Thank you, Johnny Hellcat, who says last minute super chat to own the libs. I appreciate that, guys. We'll be on Lords of Night Scribe Lights channel tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will see you then. Don't forget to subscribe to all these guys. We'll see you later. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.